Stop right there. We've ordered testing here. We didn't know about your tether.
Yeah, we ordered
So-
for this $20 a week.
No. Well, the problem is the tether's not going to catch you smoking marijuana. But I don't want to have you jumping through those two. No, it's pricey.
Classes.
I got you. I got you. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, best piece of advice I can give you. Communicate. When your probation officer doesn't know your new address, that's a problem. Two things I want to stress upon. Number one, no mood altering substances includes marijuana. Number two, work program is an alternative to jail. If you can't make it to our work program, we'll provide transportation to jail. I just want you to understand, if there's further problems with you not showing up when you're scheduled, then you're just doing the days in jail, all right? Because we understand it's a schedule. So if we give you that slot for that day, that's somebody else that can't get that day on there.
And with all these files in this box, please, like,
So we've got Tiffany Moore and Justin Griggs online. I'm going to bring Tiffany in. They've waived MIDC.
Okay. You do stuff with the violations, right? I don't type anything up that, I just dispel the sentencing.
see.
So like, and those show causes that me an increase to that,
Mhm.
well, I'll need to take some of that note, right? Or make a note to know what happened.
Yeah.
But I don't think she does anything.
Yeah.
What day they show her?
Right.
Did your,
Hey, Heather,
Yes, Judge.
I clicked on Tiffany Moore and she disappeared.
Somehow she ended up in. Wait a minute.
I hit admit and lost her.
Looks like Tim grabbed her. Mhm. Thought she waived MIDC though, so I don't understand why he grabbed her.
All right, I'll go to Mr.
What? Nope, I brought her out.
Here she is.
Yeah.
Tiffany Moore, go ahead and activate your camera and unmute. There you go. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, are you going forward today without an attorney, or do you want to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I mean, I can speak with one. That's fine.
Okay,
If I need
up
to.
you. I just want to make sure you want one, you get one. If you don't want one, we're gonna go
Yeah,
forward.
I can speak with one.
All right, I'll put
All
her
right.
back in there.
Justin Griggs.
Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Wonderful. Are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me find your file.
Yes, sir.
No, that ain't it.
Show cause and at the bottom full.
Yeah, I had it. Oh, it just stuck to another one. All right, Mr. Griggs, I've got a file here. Incident date October 12, 25. Charge was retail fraud. Sentenced to 6 months, under advisement, $400 court cost, 30 hours community service. Paid the $400, but have not provided proof of community service before the due date of February 28. Where are you at with community service, sir?
I was going to ask if the court would grant me an extension because I've been in care of my mom and my and it's a mixture of my care of my mom with her dementia, Alzheimer's, and my job.
Where are
And
you working at?
I'm working in I live downriver, but I'm working in Marshall, Michigan. So I'm driving an hour and a half to
Holy
work.
cow,
and
who do you work for?
DFM through Ford. We're out here on the construction site where they're building the battery plant.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday, I just got my promotion, so I will be back down in Dearborn shortly, but they want me to finish out the project before the turnover starts.
Okay. How long you been with that company?
I've been with the company, I want to say a year and a half, going on 2 years. I've been with this project for 13 and a half months.
Okay. All right. So you got something lined up where you're going to do
Yes,
your community service?
Yes, sir. I think I found a nonprofit and also a Salvation Army that are located in Southwest Detroit.
Okay. All right.
And I do apologize again, Your Honor, That was never my intention to completely skip out on it or anything. I do apologize.
Can you get it done by the end of April?
Yes, sir. I most definitely can.
All right. I like your attitude, so I'm not gonna hit you too hard. I'm just gonna give you an extra 2 hours. So 32 hours by
I appreciate that.
April 30. Got it? Did I lose you?
Yes, sir. And can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. Did you get it? 32 hours by April 30th?
Yes, sir.
All right, questions?
Yep, they had told when I went and spoke to someone in the courthouse 2 days ago, they told me basically to just get a paper from wherever my nonprofit I go to, just showing that I actually completed
Exactly.
32 hours.
Exactly. Official
Okay.
letterhead, so it's got their name, address, email. We can check it out if we need to.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes.
Anything else?
Nope, not at all.
Congrats on the promotion.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too now.
I got it. That's important. And I just,
Yeah.
Just jumped on my and she has the food. So I don't know if I should make her come, see if she can come later.
She's out.
Yes. This point, we just
She's gonna do next week, doesn't she?
yeah.
I mean, it's only a couple days now. All right. Counsel, what do you got?
Alston.
Alfred A.
Alston, A.L.
Sentencing or show cause? All right, got the file. Your appearance.
Jack Newhan, Neighborhood Defender Service, seat number 84871.
Good morning. Have you gentlemen had a chance to go over the report and recommendation?
We did, Your Honor.
Anything in there that is factually inaccurate?
No, Your Honor.
Anything you want to add by way of elocution?
Do you have a question, Your Honor?
Sure.
Use the 34th District Work Program?
It's an alternative to jail time. So where I would normally give jail, quite often with files, I'll do some work program. What it amounts to is you pick the days, we'll schedule you. The days you pick, you have to be here at 8 o'clock, not 8:30, 8 o'clock. Then they'll go out and work with our crew. We're getting a little early yet, but we're getting into the season where we're doing festivals around our 5 communities. You might be working one of the festivals and picking up trash. You might be working on the side of a road somewhere, cleaning up a park, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It works out to be usually what, Vanessa, 5-6 hour day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
In allocution, Your Honor, this was 3 years ago. I don't think he's any kind of risk to society or himself. He's gainfully employed. We understand the request for a substance abuse evaluation. I actually why they want to evaluate. Don't think that there's a substance abuse issue with him particularly. I think if there was, we would have known within the last 3 years.
That's why I like to go with the evaluation.
Right.
Somebody can spend more time with you than our probation department. You do a full-blown evaluation with somebody and they say, no problem here, great. Nothing necessary to move forward. The evaluation comes back and recommends some treatment, then we're gonna talk. Okay? Anything else?
I'm sorry.
Anything else?
No, what's the
Anything you want to answer? Okay. All right. So I went over the recommendations as well, and I'm going to adopt those recommendations in full. So you went over 1 through 9 with counsel as recommendations. Those are now court ordered. So on the count 1 charge, 12 months probation, total fines and costs on that file, $1,200. I'll send you downstairs to talk about payment options. On that file, I'm going to put all 6 days of the work program on that file. Then on the count 2 file, it's just 12 months probation, same terms, an additional $1,200 fines plus court costs. Same thing, talk about payment options downstairs. Any questions, clarifications?
No.
Good luck. Oh, one thing I should tell you. You violated bond when you continued to use mood altering substances without a doctor's prescription. Don't make that a habit because now you're on probation. There will be consequences. You currently owe us $540 on something else. Traffic, double parking and a traffic device civil infraction. Can you put a payment plan together on all this?
Put the payment together, it shows.
You tried to do it online? Much easier. It's much easier face to face. Get it all worked out before you leave the building. All right, good luck. Thank you, counsel.
I want to thank
Yeah.
Going to North Carolina. Does he need court permission for that?
You're going temporarily, you mean?
Yeah, temporary.
When you gonna be back? Oh, just like a couple days?
Going.
You got permission.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Are you all waiting for your attorney to come in? Okay. I gotta have names. Taylor? Violation?
Yes.
Come on up, Taylor. Mr. Taylor, you're going forward today without a court-appointed attorney, is that correct? All right, let's see what we got. I've got a file that goes back to June of 2025. Looks like you were sentenced January 22nd, 2026. All right, so according to probation, you didn't show up to schedule your work program on February 20 like you were supposed to. Tested positive for marijuana on February 13th. We're still waiting for documentation from Hagera or other treatment center. So, well, the good news is you're making payments. All right.
I here March 9th, I believe.
Okay.
Substance abuse treatment. They said they would give me a call back in 2 weeks to actually begin it. I did the intake, actually the Taylor, Eureka.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting on that. I thought that,
But we need paperwork.
yeah, I actually have the paperwork at my home. I can send a screenshot and email it to my.
Email it to Ms. Trolley. Okay.
I was just gonna add one thing. I have an alcohol test on my leg. And
Okay.
Testing.
Hold on. From this file or some other file?
Sure.
Okay.
And the patient leave for,
How much longer are you on probation?
leave like a year.
That's it. Is that an alcohol tether?
Yes, it's a SRAM tether. So I have a alcohol tether with my leg and monitors with me. And I was just trying to see, I have so many other obligations.
Stop right there. We've ordered testing here. We didn't know about your tether.
Yeah, we go.
So-
Africa for this $20 a week.
No.
I have a tether with my leg.
Well, the problem is the tether's not going to catch you smoking marijuana.
That's probably like, and I also, drug test every Tuesday and Thursday at Lincoln Park through Miss Anderson, my
Alright.
probation officers on
All
force.
right. Well, I'll tell you what, if my probation department can, Miss Anderson,
Yeah.
if Mr. Rowley can confirm with Miss Anderson, then Miss Anderson will keep us in the loop, then we're not going to double test you.
I really appreciate it, you know.
But I don't want to have you jumping through those hoops. No.
On the
It's pricey.
classes.
I got you. I got you.
But I
got
you. A lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alcohol issue, like I have to see you again next week, you know, for my alcoholism.
What do you got? Another charge?
Yes, for OWI. It was before.
Right.
Obviously.
Before you were on probation.
But you know, now I'm just trying to do better. I did smoke marijuana. I didn't know that I couldn't smoke marijuana, but as far as like legal substance and alcohol, friends,
Okay.
you know, I'm just.
Okay. Well, where are you working at?
I work out in HVAC and stuff like that, and
Who do you work for?
I don't have a company that I work for.
You're just working on your own? Okay. How long you been doing that?
I stay in Eastport, Michigan. I change my address and stuff like that.
Do we have the new one?
We do not.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, best piece of advice I can give you. Communicate. When your probation officer doesn't know your new address, that's a problem.
Yeah. I thought I did.
Yeah. All right. So how long you been self-employed?
Over a year now.
Okay, it's new.
I graduated from my with type 1 and type 2 refrigerant.
Okay. Okay.
About 2 years.
You keep them busy?
It's just hard for me to work for a company like Flame and stuff like that because of my felony background.
Right.
So I just
Right.
selected to,
Yeah, but you're paying your bills?
Yeah.
Good, good, okay. All right,
We want to do a home for my little.
okay. How many days does he owe us on the work program? All right, I'm gonna let you reschedule the 6 days,
Yeah.
but I get two things I want to stress upon. Number one, no mood altering substances includes marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
Number two, work program is an alternative to jail. If you can't make it to our work program, we'll provide transportation to jail. I just want you to understand, if there's problems, further problems with you not showing up when you're scheduled, then you're just doing the days in jail. All right? Because we understand it's a schedule. So if we give you that slot for that day, that's somebody else that can't get that day on them. All right. Did I miss anything, Ms. Trolley? He's going to get you documentation about Higuera. You'll talk to probation, Ms. Anderson, so we can coordinate so we're not double dipping. Okay, anything else?
No, I'll go to Miss Anderson right after this.
Good.
So I don't about to get
So,
her.
perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Let her know that Ms. Trolley will be contacting you. Is Avery down there to schedule days? Okay, so you can go down there and schedule your 6 days.
Okay.
I understand, brother. I didn't give you a penalty day.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you another chance to get on track.
yes, sir.
All right? Don't take my kindness for a sign of weakness, because if you're standing here again on violation, there'll be penalties.
So, yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Ms. Trolley, who's next?
Ms. Yelder,
Yelder with a Y. Ms. Yelder, come on up. Are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? All right. So I've got a file that goes back to February of last year, 25. Looks like we put you on a delayed sentence in March of 25. Is there a new charge pending? So they elected not to charge on the February
Yeah.
11th issue? Oh, I'm just getting to that. Okay. All right, so you've been doing batterers counseling, where at?
Pam's Place Counseling.
Where's that at? Okay, did you say Pam's Place? Oh, okay, we know that one. All right. All right. Is that the mental health treatment we were looking for, or is there?
She's also engaged in treatment at first step. She's been compliant. She did complete her batteries counseling.
Good. All right, so the big problem was the new arrest. Okay, and that didn't go anywhere, so we're good? Put her back on?
Today, actually, her scheduled discharge date, so.
Oh, good. Yeah, close her successfully. Okay. All right, any questions? You're all set? You're welcome. Next.
We have Miss Beckwith.
Beckwith with a B. Ms. Beckwith, come on up. Are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? I've got a file that goes back to April 5, 2025. Operating while visibly impaired. Sentencing was August 14th. What do you got going on at 25th District Court?
Before the seems to me here, I have been over.
What's the charge there? Okay, where are you at in the process? Have you, I mean, have you pled guilty on that charge? So you've been sentenced? Okay,
I also.
hold on, I'm still reading. I'm gonna give you plenty of chance to talk. That's all right. You went to Guidance Center on February 25? All right, where you at?
She did provide documentation of treatment. I would recommend 10 hours, 10 additional hours of community service, just given that positive.
Has she already done some hours for us? Okay, where'd you do it at? Good, good. All right, so tell me about probation at 25th. What are you doing?
That's your chance and we, I got what's other end. And, I have to attend AA. I just started like last week, for the
When did they put you on probation?
March month.
Pretty recent. Go ahead.
And I'm inside the guidance center and I do group meetings every Friday. I see a therapist and just see us today.
Okay. Do they have you doing anything that we have you doing? Yeah, so you're not doing the same stuff for both probations right now. Okay, all right. Are you working? When's the last time you worked?
Years ago.
Okay. All right. What's your suggestion? I'm only 10 hours and just put her back on?
Yeah.
All right, how long you need to get another 10 hours done?
That's with the 20.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's get it done by the end of April, or get as much done as you can by the end of April, and then we'll give you a little bit more time. Just don't wait and tell me you didn't do any and you need more time. Just understand, if you don't get it all done, what's that? I'm going to give you until the end of April. I'm just warning you, don't contact us the last week of the month and say, I haven't done any yet. Can I have more time? Because the answer is no. If you say, you know, I need another couple weeks to get another 3 hours done, then we're going to work with you. Any questions? Good luck. Next.
Mr. Markowski for sentencing.
Mr. Markowski. Mr. Markowski, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? Have you looked at the report? Anything in that report that is not factually correct? All right. Anything you want to add to that report?
Generally, I have my sister here because she's a big advocate, but I think I feel confident.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else before I sentence?
Negative, no.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for your service. I see that you did 3 years with the Marines. I appreciate that. All right. Ms. Tiroli's recommendation is that we just do fines and costs. No probation. I'm going to go along with that. Fines and cost total on the file is $1,500. Can you pay that today or do you need options?
Gosh.
Go downstairs, front counter, tell them you want to talk about your payment options. They'll give you all the options. Just when you walk out of here, make sure you got a plan. All right, questions? You all set? You're welcome.
You see what else can get for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, this one wanted to know.
Be fair.
With
This department.
what's the name? I'm sorry.
Cameron McFarland.
McFarland?
MCI.
Ms. McFarland, come on up.
Good morning, Your Honor. Tim Keeling, case 64917, attorney on behalf of Mr. McFarland, stand for my left. Please take your name. You are looking for a possible violation probation hearing, but I'm discussing her with her. She's aware of what her rights are as it relates to a violation of probation. Judge, I don't know that a hearing is necessary. I think there might be a technical violation here. We'd like to give an explanation as to what's going on and the hope that you maintain her on probation as is.
Okay, so just so we're on the same page, the allegation is that she made contact with the victim in this case in violation of an order not to do so.
That is correct, Your Honor. I don't know that the date here is consistent with what we're thinking it is. It might be January 17th of 2026 as opposed to February 17th.
Okay,
And I can speak to that. I
Okay.
This might be a technical violation and other rights, and we'd like to retain ourselves, or like to to try to avail themselves of the grace here.
Go ahead.
Judge, I appreciate the defendant has those no contact provisions. It sounds like one of those alleged victims had been reaching out to her repeatedly, starting in January via social media and some direct text messages. She would admit today that on January 17th, she responded with a response, "Are you okay?" That's it.
Okay.
She's since locked all those accounts. She has no contact. Am I correct with that? So, and again, Your Honor, this was only after, for the defendant, the victim had reached out a number of times, and she's shown me some of these screenshots.
Okay.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
Have the victims here in the courtroom.
Okay. You want to talk to them or you want to just put them on the record?
I wouldn't mind if I'm consistent, if my understanding is consistent with what's going on. I just want to make sure that date you
I'll
set,
give you a chance to talk to them.
you set this matter aside.
Sure. Yeah.
I talked to him now, we're ready to,
That's up to you.
no, ready from Gilski, Your Honor.
Gielski?
Gilski. IELSKI.
Mr. Bielski. Counsel, your parents.
When I'm seven, we have defendants in my serious statement. Your Honor,
Good morning.
it's got potential violation of probation. He understands and appreciates why he's here. He understands with the regular hearing. We don't think a hearing is necessary, Your Honor. He's willing at this point to tender a plea guilty to a technical violation with.
Okay. All right. So Emily, it looks like he's all on track except for the work program. And he needs to get something going on payments. Okay.
But he's disabled at this point. We're looking for a little bit of a grace on that. We'd like to convert that if possible from work program to community service.
You got anything like doctor's restrictions or anything like that?
Social Security right now, the one get my feet, so I'm fighting against right now, to get paperwork, so I have to.
Okay.
Like,
Give me an idea what the doctor's restrictions would say. Okay.
Can you stay on your feet? I mean,
yeah, just can't walk for a long time.
can't walk with that.
Okay. I mean, can you pick up garbage on the side of the street?
And still doing both.
Yeah. We're not worried about that. I mean, we're talking about like a poker and picking up trash. You can handle that? Let's try it. Let's get him scheduled. I don't want you to impact your health. All right. So we can sign you up and make sure the supervisor knows that you're not the guy that's going to be picking up the 40-pound bags of garbage. Okay. And then, are you in a position to get any kind of payments coming our way?
Payments, maybe?
Okay. I just want something regular.
Trying my best.
Okay. All right. Cause it looks like the total you owe us, cause you got some other stuff, not just this file. You're into us for just over $2,000. So just get something started. We got options, right? So once you get done with the work days you owe on this, maybe we'll see how that goes. We'll give you some more work days to take some of that money off. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get him back on track. Emily. All right. All right. Sign up today for the work program.
Appreciate it. That's Haley Matthau.
Matho, M-A?
Mathieu. First name is.
Is that right, Matthau? Matthew?
Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you. Keep 649. I've defended Ms. Matthew, who's standing for the Ms. Matthew, state his name for me. Your Honor, we're here today for potential violation of probation. Defendant reported that she's a right to be hearing. After talking with her, I don't think the evidence she said that she pleaded guilty with an explanation.
All right. So she was sentenced on February 12th. Non-compliant with substance abuse treatment, non-compliant with testing. We've got a THC positive on February 24. Then again on March 5. Okay, go ahead.
But as it relates to those positive tests and speaking of the defendant, she now does have this marijuana card, has a diagnosis with an actual treating physician who believes that marijuana is appropriate given her health. So I would.
You should have started with that. Because you violated my order now, and that's not a good place to ask for a favor. Because I don't have to let you have the marijuana. I mean, I could literally order you not to have prescribed narcotics if a doctor had you on those. Go ahead.
So we're obviously a position of weakness here. She should have done that initially. However, she's done it now. She seems to be fine with the other things. As it relates to the substance abuse treatments, I'm not quite sure exactly what she's been ordered to do on that.
Just that, I think.
She actually reported yesterday and went over everything. She has a plan to start next week once she gets paid. She indicated that she started her community service yesterday.
Where at?
It's a church, it was like a United Methodist Church, it's in Redford.
Okay. Where are you working at?
Right, sorry. I did change my job, I work at Love's now, it's closer to my daughter's school, I get prep. So.
Okay. All right.
I will say I wasn't like fully aware that I had the option to like get a medical marijuana card in the beginning, or I would have tried that sooner. And didn't really know that was an option.
But you knew you weren't supposed to use marijuana while you're on probation, right? All right, what's your recommendation, Ms. Trolley?
And then we allow her to use her medical marijuana and put her back on reporting. It seems like she was just sentenced last month, but is getting on track.
All right, so are you a golfer? Do you know what a mulligan is?
I do kind of.
Yeah, what it means is I'm going to give you grace today because you're new. We're just trying to get you on track. No more. All right. So if you have questions, contact her and say, look, what about this? What about that? All right. No, she's recommended and I'm going to go along with it. I'm going to allow the medical marijuana. How do you ingest your THC?
Usually I would smoke or I would eat gummies.
I'm more comfortable with the edibles.
I've been trying to do more stuff like that because it's, not as bad for you. So.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.
Counsel, who's next?
Mr. Parsky on the sentencing.
Counsel, have you gentlemen had a chance to go over the report and recommendation?
We have one on behalf of the defendant, we've had a candidate set for the sentencing, but able to review the PSI with the defendant, Your Honor. Nothing really to add to that, Judge. I think it's consistent. I think it's accurate. As it relates to the recommendations themselves, I think those are fair. The gentleman does have a prior from 30 years ago. That said, he's a business owner doing the right thing. I'm hopeful that this is a kick-up. The one question I would have, Your Honor, as it relates to those recommendations, recommendation 6, I just want to make sure that he is on board and understands exactly what that means. Would that
Sure.
be going to an independent evaluator?
Exactly.
There'll be a list.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. The idea is if the evaluation, if the professionals who have more time to spend than we do, if they say no need for any further follow-up treatment, then we're fine. If they recommend treatment, then I'm probably going to order it. All right. What do you do at Repo Graphics?
Printing for architects and engineers.
Okay. 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 Good. Good. Anything you want to add before I sentence?
I do want to apologize.
Okay.
Mistake. I'm 54 years old. I should know better.
Okay. Are we talking about the driving or the violating your bond? Okay.
No excuses, but it should happen.
Okay. How about violating your bond?
I'm sorry.
How about violating your bond? Yeah.
Bond violation.
Yeah. You were ordered not to purchase, possess, or consume mood altering substances at your arraignment. And you told Mr. Oakley that you'd been using up to 4 days prior to the interview.
Be honest with you, I wasn't aware of that.
Okay.
Apologize, but was not entirely was.
All right. Anything else?
Probably close. No, yeah.
All right, I will adopt in full the recommendations that you went over with Mr. Q, items 1 through 10. Those are now court ordered. Fines and costs total $1,400. That includes 6 days on the court work program as an alternative to jail. And the substance abuse evaluation we already talked about. Any questions or clarifications required? Can you pay the $1,400 today?
Today.
Go downstairs and talk about your options. All right, good luck.
We have Miss Moore in Zoom right now, and Miss Lewis in the courtroom, whatever would be easier.
I don't know where Miss Moore is.
My breakout.
Okay.
We've already talked, we're gonna.
And Lewis?
And then Lewis is in the department, Your Honor. It's a show cause. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to touch it, but I've talked to her. I've been rolling.
Let's take care of Miss Moore. Miss Moore, if you're there, activate your camera and unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
There you go, counsel.
You said, well, I was here, they have these more joining us today. Do you have consent? Miss Moore, please state your name.
Tiffany Moore.
Looks like we're here for a review day and speaking with the defendant. It sounds like she had a dirty test a few months back. In speaking with her, it sounds like she has been nothing but good tests from that point forward.
So I think it's more than just that. So we sentenced on December 11 for impaired driving. Oh. We haven't received any documentation regarding treatment. She's failed to appear for the work program on 2 different occasions. Good news is she's making payments.
Am I able to speak?
Are you working, Miss Moore?
I just stopped working, but I did 2 days.
Hold on. Did you say you just stopped working or started working?
Stopped.
Where were you working?
Evans Distribution.
How long had you been there?
I started there December 1st. I got let go the last Friday of February. The last Friday of February, so right before March.
So you're looking for work now?
Yeah, well, I have a new job, but I don't start that until March. I don't start that until March 30th.
Okay, where's that at?
It's gonna be at Victor's Home Solutions.
Okay. Yeah, like Victor's Roofing?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I
Okay,
did
go
2
ahead.
days of the work program this week. I have another day that's coming up tomorrow, and I will be completing it next week. I paid for my substance abuse class. I paid $150 to get started. However, I'm waiting for them to schedule me with a needs test.
Okay, I'm gonna suggest to you that if you waited the whole month of March, you gotta find someplace else to get your treatment done.
Okay.
What I've got is you went for intake on February 27th, and you're telling me that you've been waiting for them for the full month of March with no action?
So I went, and every time I go, they're telling me that they're too busy because they have so many people coming in. They're telling me to come in like on a weekend. But
Then
right now,
you gotta find somewhere else, huh?
okay.
Mr. Rowley, what's your recommendation?
I do just want it to, she did appear late for work program yesterday on top of 2 failure to appear. So I just want it to be known that any more late appearances or failure to appear shall result in her serving those remaining days in jail.
Ms. Moore, did you hear that?
So in regards to that, I have to take my son to school, and my son's school doesn't allow him to come into the school. I got there right at 8:10, so I got there before the guy was even there. So it's kind of hard. I'm a single mom, and I don't have really any help.
We can do jail, because that was the option. It was jail or work program.
Okay.
You got to make arrangements. I mean, if I gave you jail time, and this is a 93-day sentence, I could give you all that. If I gave you jail time, you'd have to make arrangements for the other things in your life that you're responsible for.
No,
I'm trying to do it the easy way.
I understand, and I've made arrangements, in order with getting him to school a little bit earlier because he has to be to school at 8, and I'm getting there by 8:10. So I'm still leaving him
You're not
outside.
scheduled
But
at
I
8:10,
understand.
Ms.
I'm trying to figure something else
You're
out.
scheduled at 8.
Okay.
You're scheduled at 8, and it's not up to you to decide how much time we need to put you on that bus.
Okay.
Ms. Moore, you understand that perfectly clear?
I do.
Thank you.
And just so we're clear, Ms. Tiroli says her recommendation is going to be any further problems with the work program, and however many days you owe me, I'm gonna convert that to jail time. And she's right. That's what I'm gonna do next. Don't want to. Jail is costly and it's ineffective in my opinion, but sometimes that's the only option I get.
Okay.
So are you prepared to put her back on reporting?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just try to get her on track? All right. So if you need help finding someplace that's got room for you for treatment, communicate with Mr. Rowley. We've got more than one organization we can refer you to. But I'm going to suggest to you that if New Frontier hasn't been able to squeeze you in a whole month, they're not the right place.
Okay.
All right. All right, back on reporting. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, now Miss Lewis is next. All right, so Miss Lewis owes us some money on some civil infractions. Looks like we sent her down to talk about payment options, and she agreed to do some work days instead of the money. First day she called and said she couldn't come in. So it looks like it's just been one day scheduled so far. Is that a yes? Okay, all right. Well, now that the weather's a little better, do you think you can get your days done, or do you want to pay?
So I recently went to the hospital, they don't know why, but everything is fluid.
Okay. Okay. Go down and make a payment plan, because that's the only other option I got for you. Money or work program. Go downstairs, make a payment plan, just some kind of regular payments.
Understood. Your Honor, if I can address something briefly with.
Sure.
Space. My understanding is she's gone to the Secretary of State. There is a whole specific out of this board. It sounds like there might be a reinstatement owed as it relates to those tickets. I haven't seen the driving record.
I don't know, probably. Yeah.
Would it be possible for her to pay off the reinstatement fee to clear that in order to get her license back?
I don't, hold on, I think we're using wrong language. I think reinstatement fee she pays them. Clearance fee is $45 here.
$45 clearance fee, so I
Yeah.
apologize for that,
Yeah.
but that's what she's looking to do. She's
Right.
unable to get that license now with the hold out of this
Yeah.
particular board. She,
So that's the main holdup for you to get your license back is our clearance fee here? Okay, a yes was all I needed to know. Okay, so how much can you pay today? Okay, then what are we gonna do? Okay, I'm not gonna wait for you to find a job before I get a payment plan. So before you leave the building, we'll take mom's 50, we'll give you the clearance. But before you leave the building, you have to have a paper plan in place for making payments. If you don't want to start until the end of April, I'm okay with that. But I want you to walk out of here with a commitment, X number of dollars every so often, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, I don't care. Clear? Good luck with the job. While you're down there, talk to Mr. Taylor. Where do you live? I didn't look at your address. While you're down there, talk to Mr. Taylor and see what he's got as far as people looking for employees in this area, because he keeps a list of everybody that's looking to hire. So he might have something that makes your tail wag. You want to go check it out.
I'm still going to be supported. Last time was like, but I lost my family.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Put together.
Yeah. Yep.
Still left to see.
Yeah, see what he's got. See what he's got. Because I'm going to make a suggestion to you. You got a lot of stuff on your plate right now. A good job will take a lot of that stress off your plate. Right? Good luck.
thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Do we know who Michelle is?
I keep asking her, she's not responding, but Thompson, I don't see on her either.
Let's just bring Michelle in and find out.
We got there, the police, you're on the insurance watch. I don't know. Yeah. They're understanding, make sure it's not. Yes.
Miss Tompkins, activate your camera.
Said, turn the camera. Hold on, sir.
You don't see her on the docket?
Doesn't have
Okay.
open the list.
Miss Tompkins, I do not see your name on my docket. What are you in the Zoom for?
Good morning, sir. They told my daughter, Tamika Northern, to get on Zoom. She's trying to get a court date, sir.
What's the last name?
Northern, Northern. First name Tamika, Tamika.
And somebody told her to just jump on Zoom and get a court date?
When we found out that she's supposed to have a warrant because she applied for a job at the county jail.
Okay,
That's
that's
when-
not my question. That's not my question. I want to know who told her to try to get on Zoom to get a court date.
The lady that she talked to when she called the courtroom, called the court to try to get a date. She said that she had to go on, she had to do it, make an appointment on Zoom. She's right here, sir.
I'm right here, sir.
Okay.
How you doing?
No, you don't get a court date by going on Zoom. You can go to our website and send us an email and we'll reach out to you that way. You're in the
Okay.
middle of my court docket right now.
I apologize, sir. I didn't
Okay.
know. I was
All right,
just trying
hold on
to.
just a minute. Can you at least find her in the system?
Yeah, she has 2 warrants for arrest, violation, cycle endorsement.
Both same community?
No, one's here and one's Van Buren. So she has 3 files that she needs to pay on. So she needs to just come up here and.
Yeah.
and talk to us.
Where do you live?
Well, I'm homeless now, sir.
Well, where are you at right now?
Detroit.
Okay. Mom, how soon can you get her out here and just show up in person? We can get her, she's got files she owes money on. She's got files she needs court dates on. It's a lot easier if we can do that in person.
Okay, I can get it. I can get up now and get her out there today. You wanted to come today or you wanted to come in the morning?
Tomorrow's probably better. What do you think?
Or I can see her either way.
Oh, I'll see
We
her.
need to get.
Okay. If they need to see her, I'll see her. Yeah, just come in at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir. I'll have her there tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Just have her here. That's the 34th District Court on Wayne Road. Have her here tomorrow morning. She comes up to the front counter and says, "This is my name and I got to get my business straight." They'll
Yes,
put her in the
sir.
computer and find out what she's got to do.
Okay,
Good
thank
luck.
you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock if there's any problems.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Okay.
And you're willing to see.
Yeah, if they want me to, yeah. Michelle, activate your camera. What's your name?
Michelle Kirby.
Say it again.
Michelle Kirby.
Curdy?
Kirby. Kirby.
Why are you on my Zoom?
My son is being arraigned. Jason Kirby.
What's his name?
Jason Kirby.
All right.
Live streaming up here.
All right. I don't have any paperwork on that yet. I am doing arraignments at some point when I get the paperwork. So if you want to see what's going on, can she just do that through the website too?
The live stream? Yeah.
Go to our website and you can watch my live stream because I'll live stream everything that happens.
Oh, the court gave me this. Is this not the link for that?
Correct.
Okay. This is what the court gave me to live
This is Zoom.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
if you want to watch what's going on, live stream is the best way to do that. And you can access that through the website.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, the people are complaining again about the podiums, that they can't hear. Mhm.
What else you got? Are these the victims on the one? I thought Mr. Kewen was gonna talk to him. You've heard me do it 100 times, right? I'll tell somebody, go down and see Mr. Taylor. He's the best dressed guy in the building. So people on Facebook are like, well, so who is this guy? Let's see what he looks like. So I told Gwen, I said, ask Avery to come up when he gets a chance. Well, of course, he ran up here thinking he was in trouble. I did. I made him do a 360. I should have stopped him at the door and had him come up the runway.
Yeah.
You know, put a little sass in the walk.
No wonder he was glowing when he came out the hall.
Because I bet he could strut the walkway.
And I got the nerve to talk about all that basketball. Like, I think Mike was one game.
That's what I should do. I should out him on Facebook.
Right, you should put them right here and say, what are you moving for? He said, Ohio, they're like, get them out.
I
Country on.
don't like keep saying, I don't like keep saying Facebook though.
Does it show like how many people are on at a time?
Yeah, right now we have.
Four. All of my fans are on right now.
Getting hot, I met me.
I can't hear, maybe the mic's moved. Wow, that's amazing.
Judge Oakley's new profession, catwalk organizer.
And you find out Judge Oakley's paying these people to get out of that.
Not much, though. Not much.
Yeah, he's
Not much.
a couple bucks, send it to the bail, but just make sure you get out of it.
Did they ever say anything mean about us?
They just only probation.
Yeah.
Yes, man, they really know what they're doing.
I think I have an eye for fashion. I've never considered that as a post-retirement gig, but
Mr. Avery's got it, yeah, he's sharp. He's clean every day. Every day he's very clean.
he's very, very put together, as they said.
We had some competition with that this year.
Yeah, Jack. Jack like this close too.
He didn't even come with a briefcase.
Yeah. They were the
Remember we glad you bought. We bought a crate case, White Castle one day, we took it back and we put Jack's name on it. He enjoyed that.
Jack had a good sense of humor. Well, you know, he worked at a men's store before he got here.
So
Yeah,
that's-
I have the dashboard.
Yeah. You're right. He would not call it a men's store. He'd call it a haberdashery. Haberdashery. It's a men's store. Men's clothing.
Speaking of, pretty well dressed place. The old prosecutor, young Jewish kid, very captain, came in a day or two ago. And,
Oh, yeah. With that name?
I thought he was.
yeah. Came in and said, hey, how you doing? I hadn't seen, we haven't seen. you for a while."
You smell the gray in his beard.
Well, and he hits me, he goes, man, I think he was Jamie, he looked exactly the same.
But seriously, think how long it's been since he was here?
So I told him, hey, so I was nice, I said, you look the same. He goes, no, man. He goes, man, I got all this gray going on. He was not liking that.
He made some comment to me, I don't know, a month or two ago. He was on Zoom and he gave me a little hard time, you know, and says, Judge, how come you don't have any more gray in your hair? I said, well, I do. He said, not like this.
He's taking it hard. He's not liking it.
Well, there's men. You can follow it.
We were not on YouTube. I would give you a scenario that I'm going with Tim Bradford. That he made it a mission for us. And I said, Tim, you should have never had done that. No, I guess he had an intimate conversation with one day I think both words. He says, well, you know, that's South Simple. And South Simple, he says, just let it sit there for like 2 minutes. And he goes, I get that nice big tip. And so we were gonna wash that gray rabbit. Oh, I says, how does that work? Put it in, wrap a towel around it, sit in the doorway with the wife, the coffee's in the corner. While it's setting.
I don't know what he was thinking.
I said, Jimmy, are you ready? And he says, oh, you can't let it.
Zoom user, who are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. What's your name?
I'm Elijah Simmons.
I'm sorry, last name is what?
Elijah Simmons.
All right, why are you on my Zoom?
I had a showcase today.
All right, would you like to talk to the court-appointed attorney?
Not really. I have reasons for what happened.
All right, if you want to go forward without the attorney, we can talk right now.
Hello. So my court case was
Hold on, let me get your file. All right, so I've got an operating while intoxicated file that goes back to December of 2020.
Yes.
You were sentenced on August 24, 21. Ordered to serve 48 hours community service within 90 days, pay $1,400 in fines and costs, no probation.
Yeah, so I paid my fee.
Looks like we got our money, but we did not get our hours. Is that right?
Yes, and I went to community service 3 times. I have three certificates for that.
Certificates from where?
I went to wow, I can't remember what it's called. I went to Footprints and I went to St. John's and Pennsylvania twice.
Okay, what's footprints do?
What do you mean? What do they do?
Exactly what I said. What do they do?
So it was a 30-day situation where you would have rehab up to 3 to 5 days and you were not able to leave your room. It was very strict.
Okay, okay, all right. I'm asking you where you did your community service. You owed me 48 hours of charity work.
So what I called, I didn't know I didn't know how to do a community service. And she told me that I had to explain what I did in those 30 days. And I told her I went to community service. I just moved to Rhode Island and I'm gonna be moving again because of just school situation. And I was gonna ask, is there a way that I can get a form that I can fill out the 48 hours within maybe like in the next 2 weeks where I live?
No, what you need to do is you need to hook up with some nonprofit charity, church, soup kitchen, Salvation Army, somebody that's a registered 401c3 corporation with IRS. Volunteer with them, official letterhead from them that shows how many hours you've done and when you did them. When you got 48 hours of those documented, you can send them to us. Understood?
Does it have to be in Michigan? Could it be where I live
don't
at?
care where it's at, as long as it's in the US, because otherwise it's not IRS registered.
So you guys don't have an official form that I can fill out?
That's correct.
So it has to be from them?
Correct, because that way we can reach out to them based on their letterhead and confirm that they're a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit agency.
Okay, and when would that date be by?
Well, given the fact that you were sentenced 4 years ago, how much time do you need?
I mean, I just got terminated yesterday because of the cuts so I'm looking for a new college to work at, so.
So you got plenty of time on your hands. So how much time do you need to get 48 hours done?
I would say at least May, because I'm trying to do interviews. I'm trying to get a new job.
I'll give you until May 1st.
Okay. And
right.
will you
So
send
then
me
you can just email that to our probation department.
okay, and that will be email, and also would I get a letter reaffirming this, correct?
Reaffirming what?
What we just said.
Brother, if you can't keep that truck straight, you got bigger problems than a letter. No, I'm not going to send you a letter to tell you what I just told you on Zoom. 48 hours documented by May 1.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck.
All right, thank you. All right.
Did he live in Michigan?
I think he's using cops.
Oh.
You're using cops.
Emily, what file are these victims on? McFarland. Would you tell counsel, Jamie, that I want McFarland done. I want to get these people out of here.
What's your last name?
Holloway? Come on up, Mr. Holloway. Are you going forward without an attorney? All right, let's see what we got on paperwork. I've got a file here that goes back to September of 2025. Failed to display a valid license, sentenced you December 18, excuse me, told you to pay money and do community service hours. All right, so far it looks like you haven't done either one. What's going on?
I just finished paying the rest of the money.
Today?
I've been going to church too, and not the children's church, and
Okay, but we got to have documentation.
didn't know how.
All right. Official letterhead that says on this day you did 10 hours, and on that day you did 10 hours, and that day you did 10 hours. Now we got 30. All right, when?
Get that as soon as next week.
Make sure you get her email address. You can email it to her so you don't have to come back. All right? Counsel, can we take care of McFarland? Come on up. He just walked out without her email address.
I'm sorry, what?
I told him to get her email address so he could email his community service and he walked right past her.
Well, the probation bond is good part.
Perfect.
You come back.
Just tell him to go get a card. I'm sorry, Counsel, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with some of the parties here. Judge, the defendant is aware she's got a right to hearing. We would still be tendering a plea of guilty based upon what I initially said. We would admit to a technical violation in January.
In this courtroom moment, the judge reviews several cases and focuses on defendants who failed to complete their court-ordered responsibilities. One defendant admits he couldn't finish his community service hours because he was caring for his mother who suffers from dementia while also commuting long hours for work. The judge listens carefully, but reminds him that court orders must still be completed. Because the defendant shows respect and responsibility, the judge gives him another chance, extending the deadline and increasing the hours slightly instead of imposing harsher punishment. Later, the judge warns another defendant who violated probation and missed required work program days. The judge makes it clear that the work program is an alternative to jail, and if the defendant continues missing scheduled days, those hours could be converted directly into jail time. The message is simple. The court is willing to help people get back on track, but they must follow the rules and communicate honestly with probation officers. Question: do you think the judge made the right decision by giving another chance instead of sending the defendant to jail? If you enjoy real courtroom stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more courtroom moments.